Test, test. Hello, hello, test, test. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome here to some OVC football here tonight, here at Patterson Field, also known as Coal Grove Stadium, as the Hornets and the Fairland Dragons make their entrance out of the tunnels. This OVC matchup, very highly anticipated. This is Malachi Rozelle, along with River City Sports Media. I'm with my partner in crime, per usual, Landon Schultz. Landon, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm ready for some great Friday Night Lights. First time we've called in the OVC this year. Kind of excited, new football to watch, give the fans a little bit something different, and watch a good football game tonight.
Very excited to watch some football today. And today is senior night. It is senior night here in Coal Grove as the seniors from the band program, the football program, the golf program, and of course, they were honored here tonight in their last guaranteed home game as a Coal Grove Hornet. As we have about a minute left till this game kicks off. Landon, what are you looking for today out of the Fairland Dragons to try and pull off this upset as the 24-point underdogs?
I'm looking for them to play how they did versus West, at West. First game of the year, they battled, they were gritty. They didn't come up with a win, but they were down by over 21 points going into the second half, and they came back, and they looked like a bunch of dogs out there. Looking for their quarterback to connect with receiver Connor Black. He was a game changer in that first game of the year. Also, look for their running back, Davin Murray, who's a senior this year. He's explosive, and he will work past the defense line of Coal Grove and try to change this game around.
Yeah, you're very much exactly right. My key to the game is definitely going to be Owen Burcham. This guy is like a very athletic and fast Jameis Winston type of guy. In his last couple of games, he has thrown 5 touchdown passes, but he's also thrown 4 interceptions in the past 3 games. So take it how you want it. This guy will chuck the ball up to Connor Black 9 times out of 10, and you don't know where exactly it's going to go. But it is going to be very interesting to see how it looks. And then when you look at the Coal Grove Hornets, you win the rest of your games, you're most likely in the playoff race. You're the 12 seed right now, and you just got to win out.
Yeah, I'd have to totally agree. They're sitting at the number 12 spot, but 2 powerful teams behind them in the playoff rankings. And Harvest Prep, who, if they get in, a lot of people are saying they are going to be the ones that come out of the Southeast District. And sitting at number 13 is the Valley Indians, who are on do-or-die mode also, like the Coal Grove Hornets.
Thank you, Landon. As Gorby, it's going to be Kenyon Smith, the sophomore punter. He's going to do the kickoffs as he will kick it up and away. Returning it always back there, the dangerous Caden Murphy. Hornets back to return first. In this high-stakes OVC matchup, Fairland has won the last 7 matchups. The Coal Grove Hornets look to do something they haven't done since 2017, win a football game against the Dragons. Here we go. OVC football underway as that's going to be a squib kick, and it'll go out of bounds. Kenyon Smith making sure it stays away from the dangerous Caden Edwards. As Rylan Smith, the senior, and his fellas trot onto the field. Smith in his last couple games, he has had 4 touchdowns, 1 through the air, 3 on the ground. He had an 80-yard touchdown versus South Point last week.
Yeah, Rylan Smith, he's a difference maker. You know, he'll go out there on defense, intercept you, and he'll go on offense and dot you up. He's also going to look for his main man in the back. Everyone knows the flash, Caden Murphy. He's going to try to open up this Fairland defense, and Rylan's just going to try to find some of his receivers, like Braden Calaber and Lyndon McKnight. But, Malachi, back to you.
And here comes that good old-fashioned wing T offense as Caden Turner. And it'll be Caden Murphy getting the ball first, of course, and he will get about a 7-yard gain. When you look at this wing T offense, the only teams that we've really seen do it this far, Landon, as now it'll be Rylan Smith and the boys breaking out of the huddle here. Like I was saying, this wing T offense, it's kind of died down since, the good old days of the 90s. But here we are, a wing T offense in the big 2025 as Caden Murphy is going to explode to that outside. Murphy's still on his feet. He has enough for the first down. He's going to get across to about the 45-yard line.
Caden Murphy, he's doing his thing. That's our player to watch. I feel like that's the best player on this field of all times. But, anything can happen, especially in high school football.
You're exactly right. Fairland coming into this ball game, they were running a 5-man defensive front, trying to stop Caden Murphy and Caden Turner. You know, all this stuff that you hear about Caden Murphy, I mean, it's exactly why you hear all this stuff. 600 yards from Caden Murphy in the last 3 games.
Yeah. He's averaging over 200 yards per game so far, and, you know, he's looking amazing.
As it looks like this one is going back as the flag button will be pressed down. And it looks like that's going to be a false start on the Hornets. When you look on this Fairland side on defense, sadly, unfortunately for Fairland, the defense has taken a big dip from last year. After graduating all those seniors, they went from averaging only allowing 13 points a game to now allowing 31 points per game.
That's a big difference right there.
Very big difference. You're exactly right. As the Hornets get back in the wing tee, as a 1st and 15 does not phase them. Smith will take the snap. He's going to hand it right up the middle to Caden Turner. He'll get about 6 yards. Caden Turner's that guy, the fullback. He digs deep, he digs dirty, and he just absolutely runs over men.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Eddie Lacy out there, you know? Someone big, get you a first down, take some pressure off Caden Murphy.
Very much agree, Landon. As they get back in the wing tee once again here. Smith ready to take the snap. Smith is going to hand it off to Murphy, and he loses his footing in the backfield. And Murphy gets brought down for a loss, and it'll now be a 3rd down and 10, I believe. Yes, it will. And now you got to throw the ball here, most likely, if you're a Ryland Smith.
Yeah, I would like to see a deep pass here to Landon McKnight or Braden Kalaber. You know, find a connection out there, maybe open up this defense and maybe stay with the passing game, because the last couple weeks that we've seen, passing wins you the game.
Passing for this team is definitely very rare, Landon, but it looks like they might have to, but they are still set up in a power football formation, as it's going to be a sweep to the outside for Murphy. Murphy's got blockers, and he almost has the 1st down. It'll be a 4th and short. And I bet the Hornets will go for it here. A nice call right there. A halfback toss to the outside. Caden Murphy almost had the 1st. It'll be a 4th down and short.
Yeah, Caden Murphy picking up great yards there on that run. You know, would have liked to see a pass there, but hey, Caden Murphy proved me wrong.
Caden Murphy, number 9 in the state of Ohio in rushing yards this season.
And he's also one of the strongest men in the area. He's won a couple powerlifting meets. He won the strongest lifter in Ironhead's Ohio State Championship also.
Very interesting. As they go back in the wing tee here, Caden Turner, bull rushes up the middle. Turner's got an open lane, and Turner will be brought down at the 10. Caden Turner explodes. On a huge 4th and 1, I literally have written down here on the scouting report, a 4th and 1 type of guy, and you can see it right there.
Caden Turner. I mean, no way better to say it than you did, Malachi. He came out, got a big handoff there, and pushed Fairland down to their own 11-yard line.
A nice job right there. You like to see the power football as back they go into the I form. Smith is just going to give it off to Murphy. Murphy will get a couple yards. Caden Murphy getting that ball once again. We've called his name a lot on this drive already.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree. A lot of. I feel like that's going to be our main guy. Most handoffs is going to be to him. And also, we're going to. I know on the other side of the ball, we're going to be saying Connor Black a lot for the Fairland Dragons.
They will definitely air it out. I'm very excited to see David Murray though, and Christian Bumpus.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree.
I was watching film today, and it's like lightning and flash in the backfield. Now, as they set up in the I form again, this one will go back to Murphy. Murphy explodes, and touchdown, Coal Grove Hornets. Put on the board for Caden Murphy and this squad as the cannon goes off, and you can play the fight song. Murphy adds it onto the board for the Coal Grove Hornets. And now it looks like they will go for two, back in that I-form position. Smith will take the snap. Hand it off to Murphy once again, and if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Hornets put two on the board. There's a reason why this team goes for two every time. They know they can put it in.
Yeah, I have to totally agree with you. Great drive there by the Cold Grove Hornets. I really liked what they did there on that drive. Letting the boys eat in the backfield and just power, smash mouth football.
And now it'll be Owen Burcham in this squad trotting out. When you look at this Fairland offense, averaging 25 points per game, 147 passing yards through the air in the last 3 games. So, you know, Owen Burcham has been trying to air that thing out. And like we talked about earlier, he's like a very athletic and fast Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
I've never seen a gunslinger like that just chuck it up and have no care. It's awesome.
You know, you love to see it, especially week 1, as I was saying, versus Portsmouth West. You know, he had a couple interceptions, but in the second half he made up for it. Him and his boys connected. They also got an onside kick in that game.
Yeah, that's the thing about Fairland.
And
They have
Portsmouth
got
West isn't a bad team.
Yeah, Portsmouth West has been a solid team. You know, they've had a couple rough losses, but they've also had, you know, their fair share of good wins. As it'll be Case Webb kicking this one up and away, the junior kicker. Very good at onside kicks this year. The Hornets have recovered 3 balls on onside kicks. You never know what you could see right here. As that one will just be a squib to about the 20-yard line. Going to the outside, here he goes. Oh my goodness, he's got an open lane, but he is brought down. A nice hit right there.
Landon McKnight on that hit. Wow. Lay the boomstick out.
Landon McKnight, the senior, making it happen.
That kind of reminds me of that one call by Gus Johnson and you. You got any barbecue?
You got barbecue back there?
No, I've never seen that play before until the day after you made that call. I seen it on my For You page.
Really?
Yeah.
The Denzel Ward one?
Yeah.
Of course. Hey, you know, I just influence him. As here comes Owen Burcham. As it is going to be a fake play to the outside. Now Burcham has the ball. Burcham to the outside. He's about to the 50. Very creative play set, as that is going to also most likely be unnecessary roughness for a shove after he was out of bounds. Offensive coordinator and play caller Ronald Wooten being creative on the first play against this nasty Cold Grove Hornets defense. As this Cold Grove Hornets defense has only allowed 17 points per game.
Yeah, they're pretty good defense, staying well under control after those first 3 games where they took 2 losses in the first 3 weeks. And, you know, a lot of people doubted them, but ever since then, they're undefeated.
And Fairland getting quite the boost on just one play due to the unnecessary roughness. As it is going to be Davin Murray at quarterback once again, and that's going to be a false start on the Dragons. But Davin Murray being at quarterback, looks like the Dragons are being a little bit creative, as I should say. You know, they have their quarterback as a running back on these sets, and it's very, very interesting to see. Burcham is very, very fast. I've seen a lot of plays where he's gotten gains for about 40 yards where he's almost been sacked.
Yeah,
so
I would have to totally agree with you there.
As he's in motion again, it's going to be Davin Murray on the Wildcat. And Davin Murray's just going to keep running him over. Power football for power football. Like we said earlier, Murray is definitely explosive and strong, and he can break tackles. And with the help of his O-line right there, he just running over men.
Yeah.
As it looks like Owen Burcham will now be at quarterback for the first time tonight. In motion to the outside, it's going to be an RPO. As this one will be a no gain pretty much. Nothing going well for him right there as Christian Bumpus is brought down in the backfield as he was in motion. Bumpus is one of those guys, if he gets a little bit of an inch of space, he's going to make a mile out of it.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you there on Malachi. Great. He's a great player and, you know, great addition for this Fairland roster.
As now it's a big 3rd down and 4 for this Fairland Dragons offense. If there was ever a time for Owen Bertram to make a statement and improvise, it's right now. Let's see what the sophomore's gunslinger's got up his sleeve. And he's going to hand it off to Davin Murray. Murray will be stopped after a 2-yard gain, and it looks like they're going to stay on the field here. It's going to be another 4th and short. If you're Fairland's coach here and Ronald Wooten, what are you calling?
I'm calling a slant pass.
Slant pass?
To my main man, Black.
Connor Black, one of the best 50-50 ball receivers in the OVC. That kid can jump. Here is Bertram trying to get the hard count on the Hornets. Looks like now they will reset. Bertram looking over at his coach. 10 seconds and counting left on the play clock. Bertram's going to take the snap. It's going to be a quarterback design run, and Bertram is going to be stopped right where he came. Tried to go to the outside, but decided to stay in, and it doesn't work out. The Colgrove Hornets make a stand.
Wow. Colgrove's defense coming in and stopping Jameis Winston, as Malachi would say, on a quarterback run there on a 4th and 3rd. Way to stand and maybe get another touchdown here. You're up by 2 scores.
That's a huge stop right there. Obviously, if you're play caller Ronald Wooten, you got to go for that. This is a team that when they get the ball, they make everything happen. They are averaging 30 points a game this year. So you got to take it as you leave it. Here comes the stacked set again for the Hornets. As it'll be a handoff to guess who? It's Caden Murphy. Murphy making something out of nothing right there as he was jetted right at the line of scrimmage, but it gets about 4 yards. As Rylan Smith back in the huddle for the Colgrove Hornets. He only throws the ball usually about 4 or 5 times a game. It really depends. But this guy, I mean, he doesn't need to pass the ball a whole lot because, well, they're so good at running the ball.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you. You know, whenever you have a running back, two running backs like Caden Turner and Caden Murphy, I mean, you really don't have to pass the ball. You make Ryland's job easy. You know he can go out there and make plays if he needs to, but, you know, he really hasn't needed to.
Yeah, both of these guys are definitely playing college football at the next level. Caden Turner has a couple of D1 offers, and then Caden Murphy also has some smaller college offers, and he's also, rumor has it, being looked around by a couple of D1 schools, so you like to see that from both of these backfield running backs. I mean, Colgrove's wing T offense has been in here sets as, oh my goodness, Caden Turner's up to the foot race. Turner's going to keep going before he's down to about the 20, but I have a feeling this one's going back as the referee threw a flag around the line of scrimmage. And this will most definitely come back. It looks like we got a holding. As we've got about 3 minutes left here in quarter number 1. And the one thing that's going to kill this power football for the Colgrove Hornets is that they cannot stay disciplined on the O-line.
Yeah. I would have to totally agree with you there. Yeah, penalties are a killer, especially in high school football. You know, you can't take away the big runs, especially by your your offensive line holding.
Most definitely agree. As they break out of the huddle once again. A little bit of a different formation this time. And looks like this is going to be a flag once again and a false start on the Colgrove Hornets. This is Fairland's dream scenario right here. Now you back them up another couple yards. And the Colgrove Hornets are facing a 1st and a mile. It'll be a 1st and 24. As here comes Colgrove in the stack set once again. Here it is to Murphy on the outside, and the Fairland Dragons stuff Murphy up. A nice stop there for the Dragons, and now you got a 2nd and 24 if you're the Hornets. Excuse me. When I spoke to Eli Pine, a senior from the Fairland Dragons, he said that if we can stop this running game, I believe we have a very good chance to win this game. And if they can stop this, then that would be amazing. As down in the backfield again is going to be Braden Klaber. They tried a jet sweep action. This team has not stopped running the ball, and now you got to air it out if you're Ryland Smith. But wait, we got a flag on the play.
Another flag, you know. If this is on Colgrove, this is just absolute killer for them.
If you're the Hornets, you got to quit false starting. And Coach Jay Lucas not happy with his O-lineman. And I can't blame him. It is a sophomore, Carter Keaton, the culprit of the false start right there. Keaton coming in this season as Braden Salyers, the starting guard for the Hornets. He is a senior. Tore his ACL for the third time.
Dang. Well, you know, prayers up to him. I hope he's okay. You know, ACL injuries are very serious. We know someone close to us who had a problem with their meniscus, not their ACL, but that takes you out for a whole year, so prayers up to him.
Exactly. But Carter Keaton, according to quarterback Ryland Smith when I spoke to him, he said he's been doing pretty well, but tonight, a couple false start penalties, and now it is second and forever for this Colgrove Hornets offense. They are backed up all the way to their own 13-yard line. They started the possession at the 35-yard line.
Wow.
Second and 24 for the Hornets, and they are staying in the power football position. As now it'll be Smith dropping back on a screen pass to Murphy, trying to open up this offense, and there goes Murphy. Murphy's got blockers. Murphy, he's still loose. Lightning strikes, and Murphy's all the way down to the 30. Murphy makes a man miss. Murphy on the inside of the 20, but oh my goodness, this one's going back. It's going to be an illegal block in the back on the Hornets. Penalties are killing them on senior night.
Wow.
And these Colgrove fans are most definitely not happy, but I believe I saw a shove in the back. Landon, what did you see?
I seen the same thing as you. You know, in the beginning of that screen pass, one of their line guys pushed, or actually one of the receivers pushed another one in the back so he could not tackle Caden Murphy. You know, if you're going to do that, you got to make it not obvious.
Very much agree with you. And now it is going to be second and 36.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
This is like, I don't even know what to compare this to. Like, what do you even compare this to?
I don't know.
This is insane. Second and 41. If you're the Fairland Dragons, you got to be happy with these mistakes that the Hornets are making.
Yeah.
As you got,
I mean, this drive has taken down most of the first quarter, so we're almost in the second quarter already.
You're very much right, Landon.
And it looks like Colgrove will take a timeout here as the play clock is winding down.
And there's head coach Jay Lucas trying to get his players in together. How many flags is that in a row, 3 or 4?
I think that's 5.
5, really?
4 or 5, at least 5 on this drive. Maybe like 6 or 7 in total in this game, you know.
Stop with the 6-7 jokes. Well, first things first, before we go to our sponsors, I would like to wish my amazing mom, Kayla, a happy birthday. It is her birthday today. Shout out to Kayla.
Happy birthday, Kayla. I love you.
All right, I'm going to let that slide. But we would like to thank our sponsors, of course. And Dave's Got Her Done. Brace Yourself Orthodontics. The Scioto River. And the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors as we very much appreciate them for this amazing game that we got to cover tonight. And make sure to follow all of our media platforms here on River City Sports Media at RCSM 740. At RCSM 740. Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever it is, River City Sports Media has it. Go follow right now. As out comes the Coal Grove Hornets once again. It is a 2nd and 41. And no, I did not stutter. A 2nd and 41. But they're going to give it back to Caden Murphy to try and make a big play here. Murphy will be brought down at the 20. You know, that would have been a first down, but now you're facing probably a 3rd and 31. Most likely. As the clock is ticking down, we got about less than a minute here in quarter number 1. What are your thoughts so far besides the penalties, Landon?
Running game, honestly, that's one way to describe it. The running game is a difference maker for this Coal Grove offense as they are handing it off on a third.
As Caden Murphy makes a man miss, goes to the outside, and it's going to be a 4th and manageable for the unstoppable Caden Murphy.
As I was saying, they're running the ball in 3rd and 34. I mean, they're very confident. And, you know, I think that's going to be the difference maker for this Coal Grove offense.
I very much agree with you. And now you are facing about a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 for the Fairland Dragons. If you're the Fairland Dragons here on defense, this is massive.
Yeah.
For the Coal Grove Hornets. They were all the way down to their own 5-yard line just from penalties. And now they are at the 48-yard line. But as time winds down, that's going to be the end of quarter number 1. Here on senior night, your score at the end of 1, it is 8-0 in advantage of the Coal Grove Hornets. And while both sides take a break, we will as well. You are watching Ohio High School football here on River City Sports Media. River City Sports Media welcomes you back here as the Coal Grove Hornets on a 4th down and 1. You already know what they're going to do and exactly how they're going to do it. They are going to run the football. And the Hornets, oh my goodness, this one's close. But it looks like Caden Turner just got barely enough. Another first down for the Coal Grove Hornets. And if it ain't broke, do not fix it.
Yeah, I'd have to totally agree with you. Caden Turner being a difference maker for this Coal Grove offense so far in this game.
As the chains move right there, a confirmation of no flags right there. You love to see it. It's nice to get that monkey off your back after you had 5 straight penalties in a row.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi.
And now this one will be right up the middle to guess who? It's Caden Murphy, but he is absolutely ran over, and he will not get barely even the yard. Very nice job of that Fairland defensive front right there. As this defense is headlined by, of course, Davin Murray and Wyatt Calicote. And, of course, the man himself, Cody Skettle. As Coal Grove back in that power football position that they never get out of. That one right at the middle of Caden Turner. He runs over a man for the first down. Caden Turner and these boys, they're just running time off the clock. It's like they got somewhere to be.
Yeah, they're milking the clock, giving Fairland less opportunities to come out here and score, and I like it.
as it looks like the senior Logan Roberts is the one that is bringing out the play calls from Coach Lucas. I just noticed that. Here is Smith. He's going to hand it to the right side over to Murphy. Murphy finds a hole, breaks him in, and he is going to be just short of the first down. You like to see that if you are the Hornets. Even when your smallest gain in the run game is a 9-yard gain, that means you're going to win most of the time.
Yeah. I totally agree. I mean, the run game is hard to come by nowadays. It's usually a passing game, and I mean, they're just averaging what, like over 7 yards per carry so far this game?
Most definitely. As here comes this Coal Grove side once again in the run game. That's going to be enough for the first down. Caden Murphy on the carry once again. And also, this is not just senior night. This isn't also just for playoff hopes. This would clinch an OVC championship for the Coal Grove Hornets for the first time since 2017.
Yeah. You know, it really helped Coal Grove whenever Ironton moved out of the OVC coming into this year. Really helped a lot of these teams give these kids chances again to win the OVC, and it's been an absolute dogfight so far.
Most definitely, as they are undefeated in conference play, and you can see exactly why. Nobody can stop this. Literally no one can stop this but themselves. As the last time that Coal Grove won the OVC, they ended up going to the Elite Eight that year. Very impressive. All the way to the regional championship game. As we got about 8 minutes left here in quarter number 2. Smith to the left side over to Murphy. Murphy trying to make something out of nothing, but he is stuffed. And it looks like it'll be a third. As head coach Jay Lucas has been the core leader of this football program since he took over in 2019. And his record with the Hornets, he is 37-34 as a Coal Grove head coach. As Rylan Smith off the read option has enough for the first. Smith getting in on the action. He's had 3 rushing touchdowns in the past 3 games before this one. And you can see exactly why right there. He has that explosive speed. You know, he's a sneaky guy when it comes to the athleticism.
Yeah. Not a lot of people look at him, especially since he doesn't really do much on this offensive front because they're running the ball. But, you know, you can't doubt the kid.
He's definitely got a lot of talent. As Smith will just hand it right off to Flash Murphy. Murphy trying to break through a hole. And he will be downed inside the 5-yard line. But like we were talking about, Coach Jay Lucas, in his career all time, he is 45-46. So tonight, if the Coal Grove Hornets pull off this win, he would be 46-46 in his 92 games as a head coach.
Yeah. I mean,
as Caden Murphy puts it in the end, Caden Turner puts it in the end zone for the touchdown as the cannon fires off. As now it'll be the Hornets going for 2. It is now 14. Because I cut you off. As now here come the Hornets going for 2 once again. And it looks like the ball got fumbled. What in the world just happened right there? The Dragons do hold them. An amazing job well done right there. But anyways, back to talking about Coach Jay Lucas. Landon, what are your thoughts on the guy?
Jay Lucas, you know, his career at Coal Grove, he's 37-34. He's close to that 500 mark. And in all time, you know, he's battling to have his all-time record above 500 in wins. He's 45 and 46 right now. He is the son of Hall of Famer Dave Lucas also, so I mean that could help. Some of his coaching knowledge, things like that. I bet his dad probably helps him out a little bit. You know, Jay Lucas, he seems like a great guy, and he's just trying to keep these guys motivated, make the playoffs, and it'll show a Colegrove team that hasn't really – Colegrove really had a little bit of a span where they weren't that good, and the last couple of years they've been pretty decent. So, you know, he's just trying to get the boys to do their best and maybe hopefully make it back to that Sweet 16.
Yep, they went to the Sweet 16 in the 2022 season, and that is the best season that Jay Lucas has had with the program. And like we said earlier, if you're a Colegrove Hornets fan, if you don't win out, then you might kiss the playoffs goodbye, because this Region 19 of Division 5, it is a gauntlet, Landon. As Case Webb will kick it up and away, and Fairland will get the ball right back on their hands. As here comes Kenyon Smith. He's going to try and exploit to the outside. Smith has had a couple kick return touchdowns this year, but he is brought down at their 39-yard line, excuse me. And now trotting back out, the gunslinger himself, Owen Burcham. As with about 6 minutes left, let's see what Burcham and this offense has up their sleeves, trying to make this a one-possession game at halftime.
Yeah, they need to come out here and get a touchdown, keep the game inside a one-possession game before coming into the halftime with only 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
As Burcham will just hand it off to the big man, Davin Murray. Murray explodes to the outside, runs over Rylan Smith, and he's brought down at about the 50. As Smith helps him back up. Very nice job right there. I really like how creative Coach Ronald Wooten is with this offense. Like when I was watching an interview with Coach Mike Jackson, he said that we got a bunch of athletes. We may be young, but we have some guys that can go out there and compete. As it looks like we have a timeout by the Colegrove Hornets. Coach Jay Lucas, is second of the half. And while we take a break, we will thank our sponsors once again. And Dave's Gutter Done. Brace Yourself Orthodontics. The Scioto River. And, of course, the Notorious UPS Store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. We very much appreciate it. And make sure to follow all of our social media platforms here on River City Sports Media at RCSM740, X/Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course YouTube. As the Hornets up 14-0 in this ball game right now, looking for another stop like they did on the last drive. The Dragons have only had one drive in this game, and it's the second quarter.
Yeah. I have to say, I mean, Colegrove is very efficient with running the clock down. From what I've noticed, I mean, just spending minute after minute, just taking their time, running the ball, and yeah.
As Burcham scrambles to the outside, and he finds his man. Very nice job, as that is going to be Kylan Blake on the reception. Like I said, with Owen Burcham, it does not take a lot to make him scramble out to his right side of the pocket. This guy will go outside a lot more than other quarterbacks do.
Yeah. You love a quarterback that can escape the pocket and find the receiver down the field.
And he most definitely does that. 433 passing yards in his last 3 games. So he's had over about 100 yards in each game. As that one will go right up the middle to Davin Murray. And that's going to be enough for our Colegrove Hornets. First down, as that will move the chains. Now Owen Burcham getting the signs once again. Here is Burcham. He's going to hand it off to Murray. Murray to the right side. Murray breaking free. Murray cuts back in, And that's going to be a first down for the Dragons. A very nice job there by the senior Davin Murray. As here come the Dragons in the hurry up. It's going to be a handoff back to Murray. Murray to the outside. He elevates and gets the first again, but the ball is loose. But thankfully it goes out of bounds. Davin Murray almost gave these Dragons fans a heart attack. Very nice job right there on the hurry up. I really like how Ronald Wooten's running this offense. He's using the athletes to his advantage. As this one will go right at the middle this time to Christian Bumpus. Bumpus breaking free. He's got the first. And like I said with Bumpus and Murray landing, it's like lightning and thunder back there. And also with Kenyon Smith getting in the mix a little bit. He's been in some formations on film I've seen this year. But it looks like this one is going back. Maybe a potential holding on the Dragons. As that just killed their drive right there.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. They were moving the ball, you know, finding their spots, but, you know, those flags end up being killer.
As now the referees will meet with one another, trying to figure out what is going on. As Caden Turner is communicating with Coach Jay Lucas, making sure everything's good to go. Like we said about Caden Turner, he's got some D1 offers, and honestly, there are lots of reasons why. The guy is 6'5", 220, has official offers from Bowling Green State University, Eastern Kentucky University, and App State University.
Yeah. You know, it's great to see
as Bertram's going to chuck it deep for Black, but just over him, Ryland Smith on the coverage. The quarterback won, also the cornerback won. As Ryland Smith showing off the straps right there. I'm sorry I had to cut you off right there. But
that's okay. Almost a big banger play right there. As I was saying, it's nice to see Southern Ohio players getting D1 offers, you know, showing that the 740 still can battle.
As Connor Black, like we talked about earlier, 2 receiving touchdowns in his last 3 games. One of the best 50-50 guys I have seen on film in the OVC. But Bertram just sailed that one a little bit too much over the head, as it looks like the referees are communicating once again. It's a 3rd down and 19 for the Fairland Dragons, as everybody on both sides looks very confused on what's going on. As once again, we would like to thank all of our sponsors. Embrace Yourself Orthodontics, Dave's Gutter Done, the Scioto River, and the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. As it looks like the Fairland cheer block is a pink out tonight, Landon. Look over there.
Yeah. You know, the Fairland cheer block always seems to show up.
Very much so.
Last year, and they were packed.
As Kylan Blake was in motion right there. Here is Bertram stepping up the pocket. He's going to chuck it over, and incomplete. Kylan Blake was the man in motion, and he was targeted right there at about the 10-yard line. But Caden Murphy lays the boomstick to make sure he had no chance on that one. Now it's a 4th and 19 for the Fairland Dragons. And it's decision time for Coach Ronald Wooten. You're kind of in that weird territory where, I mean, you can punt, but there's 4 minutes left in the half. I mean, this is a very interesting decision right here by Coach Ronald Wooten. And it looks like they are going to go for it. Christian Bumpus and Owen Bertram, the only men in the backfield, as it'll be a flag on the play. Looks like everybody was confused on this Fairland side. And it's going to be a false start on the Dragons. That'll take them back even more. For a drive that was all the way at about the 25-yard line, the Dragons wasted it away right there. Now it'll be a 4th down and 24, and they're still going to go for it. Very interesting decision here. Bertram's going to drop back, put it over the middle, and Kylan Blake was not ready for it. Looked like it was more of an arm punt type of thing right there, trying to get it to Blake. But now the ball is at the 45-yard line. Excuse me. Around the 40-yard line. And this Colgrove run game has 4 minutes to work with.
Yeah, that's too much time, honestly. You know, they can come down and score in one play, or they can come down and take 3 minutes off the clock and still put it in the end zone. You don't know what they will do.
You never know what they are going to do. You are exactly right. As Ryland Smith and the fellas break out of the huddle, they're going back in that power football position. Here's Smith. He'll hand it off to the right side. Over to Murphy. Murphy trying to make man miss, but he is down at around the 42-yard line. A very nice job right now by the Dragons containing Caden Murphy. As now it'll be a 2nd and 7 for the Colgrove Hornets. Nothing's going to change here. You can assume very much well that Caden Turner or Caden Murphy is going to get the ball here. Turner in the prime position. He's going to get a fullback dive right at the middle, and that'll be a 6-yard gain. Very nice job, well done there by Caden Turner. Just running over guys left and right.
Yeah, big body running back there, as we said a lot this game. You know, he's a power runner. You know, he'll get the extra yards and then open up maybe a big run for Caden Murphy to go down the sideline, get a big, long touchdown.
Very much agree. As now it's a 3rd and 1. Can the Dragons put a stop to this? In the I formation, here come the Hornets. It is going to go right up the middle to Caden Murphy. He has enough for the first down, and he's still on his feet. He will be down at around the 48-yard line. Very nice job right there. This O-line has just been blocking left and right. Ever since that one drive where they had a million false starts, they've been doing very, very well. With 3 seniors on that O-line leading the charge on that left side. Here is Smith. As that one's going to be an option play. Smith trying to make something out of nothing here, trying to confuse this defense. He will get about a 3 to 4 yard gain.
Yeah, this Colgrove team is very senior heavy this year. You know, most of their best players are out here being seniors. So, you know, this is their chance to win, and they're taking it personally, and they're trying to stay in the playoff hunt.
Most definitely.
The bad thing is, though, that some of these teams can go 7-3, 8-2, and still not make the playoffs.
Yes, due to the 4 teams being cut out of the playoff this year, right, Landon?
Yep.
As this is going to be a one right at the middle to Caden Turner, and Turner is loose, and Turner is gone. Bye-bye, he goes. Touchdown, Hornets. Caden Turner makes them know, fire the cannon, and it is 20-0.
They're cruising. As I said, they'll take 3 minutes off the clock, and then they'll score.
This Fairland Dragons offenses need to get something going, and something going immediately, Landon.
Yeah, I'd have to totally agree with you there, Malachi.
Caden Turner just running over them. The 2 Cadens, and Caden Murphy and Caden Turner. And now here is Smith. He'll roll out to his right. Chucked up and away and caught for the 2-point conversion. Landon McKnight receives the first pass of the night. As Colgrove pulls a sneaky one out of the playbook of Jay Lucas. And it is 22-0 in advantage of the Hornets. Wow.
Yeah. They're running down the field. I mean, they're making plays happen. I'd like to see a little pass there. Finally give Ryland Smith a little chance to throw the ball. But yeah, as you said before, Fairland needs to score before the end of this half. Just maybe a field goal just to take some type of momentum into the next half.
Very much agree with you, Landon. Thank you. Make sure to follow all of our social media platforms here on River City Sports Media at RCSM 740. You can find us on Twitter/X, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. We'd also like to thank our sponsors, Dave's Gutter Done, Brace Yourself Orthodontics, the Saddle River, and the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors very, very much. As here comes Case Webb as he will squib kick it right over to Kenyon Smith. Smith will go to the right side. Smith makes Webb miss, but he'll be down at about the 30. A very nice hit on that other side by a Hornets man on special teams. As we'll look around the area for scores.
And for the scores around the area, Portsmouth West versus Oak Hill is 33-0 Portsmouth West. At Memphis, Willsburg is up 43-0. Northwest versus Waverly is 21-14. Northwest is winning that game so far, and a surprising one, the Grandview Heights and Valley are tied at 0-0. And looking at the littler conference, we have no score updates for those, but we will try to get those as soon as possible.
As it looks like there's an injured Dragon on the sideline. Davin Murray accidentally ran into a fellow teammate. As it looks like a camera woman was ran over there by Davin Murray. Hopefully everybody's okay. And she looks up and good and happy and ready to go. Thank goodness she's all right.
And some score updates around in the same conference as the one that we're commentating tonight.
As here comes, oh my goodness, a very nice job right there.
No, we'll just do something that we never really do. We'll just give Southern Ohio score updates so far all around the area. We have Westfall versus Piketon. That game is 21-0. Westfall is winning. In the OVC, Portsmouth Trojans are over South Point, 21-0. In Jackson, or at Miami Trace for the FAC Championship, Jackson is over Miami Trace 21-14. And a little bit of surpriser here, Sims Valley is over Notre Dame 28-14 so far in the second quarter.
Very interesting.
And another surpriser, Eastern Eagles are only up by 4 points against the South Gallia Rebels 20-16.
That's very, very interesting right there. As we will go back to this game, we talked enough about the local Southern Ohio football. Let's see if the Dragons can put some points on the board here, Landon. As here comes Owen Burcham in this squad back out. Here it is on a 3rd and 3. It's going to be Murray. And I don't think he got that first down. He is going to be held. It'll be a 4th down and short with 50 seconds and counting left in this first half. It's going to be a quick snap. Burcham loses the football, and it is going to be recovered. Oh my goodness. Landon McKnight right there on the fumble recovery. And the Colegrove Hornets are just out executing this Fairland Dragons team right now.
Yeah, You know, Fairland's just playing a little bit of lazy a little bit. You know, bad snaps here and there, bad penalties here and there. But you know, Colgrove's a good defense, and you know they're staying strong, and they're looking for more points here to try to make this a running clock.
As this one will go right up the middle once again to Caden Turner, as he will be dropped down at about the 39-yard line. 30 seconds left in this one. Let's see if the Hornets can get something cooking here. 20 seconds and counting. They're hurrying to the line. They're continuing to run the ball, and there's only 20 seconds left. Caden Murphy to the right side, and he'll be shoved in bounds. And that looks like the ball is loose, as that one is going to be recovered by the Dragons. Christian Bumpus on the fumble recovery. Caden Murphy loses the football for the second time this season.
You won't see that a lot.
And all of a sudden, it's Hail Mary time, Aaron Rodgers time for the Fairland Dragons.
Yeah, you know, maybe a little bit of an out route here just to get a little bit closer.
You got about 8 seconds. Let's see what they can pull out of the playbook. Here is Bertram along in the backfield with Murray. Murray gets in motion behind Bertram. He'll take the snap, rolls out, over to Black, trying to evade traffic, trying to make something happen, but he is brought down, and that'll end half number one. And at your score at halftime, it is the Coal Grove Hornets 22, the Fairland Dragons 0.
You know, I thought Fairland got in a timeout there, but that will be the end of the half. You know, this is just straight domination by the Coal Grove Hornets so far, nothing less to say.
You're exactly right. Caden Murphy with a pair of touchdowns, and Caden Turner with a touchdown as well. But it's been a very interesting game. If you're a Coal Grove Hornets fan, you are 24 minutes away from clinching the OVC title for the first time in 8 years.
Yep.
And this game would almost pretty much clinch a playoff spot as well, so you got to be excited about that. A lot of things to be excited about if you are a Coal Grove Hornets fan.
I mean, yeah, I would have to totally agree, you know. Anything can happen, especially because, you know, the bad thing about the Southeast District is, especially like these teams like Coal Grove and Valley, is who's behind them, and that's Harvest Prep. And they've played two or three D1 schools this year, and they get a lot of points just off of that. And they're playing a great team in Westerville South right now, and that's a very winnable game. If Harvest Prep wins out, they will make it to the tournament, but if they lose one more game, they are out. Also, you have Valley, who's playing a very good Grandview Heights team, and I'm very surprised by that score right now, especially with the running back power at Grandview Heights.
Well, I believe their star player was out. Their star running back was out.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard that he was playing, and I heard that he wasn't playing. Not for sure. I'll have to get a check on that. And I'll come back to you on that one.
All right, sounds good. But lots to be excited about in Division 5, Region 19. But for now, we got about 19 minutes till play comes back out into the field. Your score at the half. It is the Coal Grove Hornets 22 and the Fairland Dragons 0. We will be back with high school football for half number 2 here on River City Sports Media in about 19 minutes. River City Sports Media welcomes you back here to LeMaster Stadium, also known as Patterson Field. I am Malachi Rizell. To my right, my partner in crime, Landon Schiltz. And here we are at the halftime break. The band for Call Grove is playing, and it is a 22-0 lead right now for the Call Grove Hornets on senior night over the Fairland Dragons. As Caden Murphy and Caden Turner are both combined for the 3 touchdowns alone in this game. All 3 touchdowns, of course, on the ground, with also a 2-point conversion via Rylan Smith over to number 0, Landon McKnight. What a game it's been so far for the Hornets as they have came out dominant. As the Hornets were 24-point favorites coming into this one. Fairland will get the ball after the break as both squads are ready to go as soon as this band is done playing. We'll come back to you with more high school football here on River City Sports Media after this. We welcome you back here to LeMaster Stadium as Case Webb and the Call Grove Hornets will kick this thing off to the returning backfield of the Fairland Dragons. Fairland trying to put some points on the scoreboard to try and avoid a 3rd straight loss. Webb will kick it up and away. As it'll be once again, it'll be Kenyon Smith as he will be brought down at around the 33-yard line. And now out trotting is Owen Burcham and this Fairland Dragon offense. As Caden Murphy hyping up the crowd, showing the senior leader how it goes. As here comes Burcham and this Dragon squad out in the field. Burcham's just going to hand it off. This one will go to Bumpus. And it'll be about a 4 to 3 yard gain. And now it'll be right up the middle once again. This time it is also Bumpus. It'll go to the 40-yard line. It's going to be a quick third down here for the Dragons. When you look at this Fairland Dragons squad, they have had some very hard growing pains offensively. Even though they're averaging 25 points a game, they've had a very hard time replacing the wide receiver and O-line core. As it'll be Bertram going out to his right. It'll be a pass right at the middle. Oh my goodness! Caden Murphy lays out a man. And now it's going to be a first down here for the Dragons as Owen Bertram trying to make quick work. This one going up to Bumpus once again. He has enough to get to about the 50, and that's about it. It'll be a second down now for the Fairland Dragons. You know, I'm kind of surprised how they're not running the ball, Landon.
Yeah, you know, they're just trying to score quick because they realize they're in urgent danger mode right now, so they just got to go as quick as they can.
As Bumpus is absolutely squashed again by Caden Murphy. That's a second big hit that Murphy's had on this drive. He is a safety, Ed Reed-esque hitter.
Yeah.
And you do not want to face him. Murphy, top 2 on the team in tackles this season. Showing exactly why right there. Here is Bertram. Bertram drops back, looks to his left, and it looks like Davin Murray drops the football on a pass in the backfield. A costly drop there by the senior trying to make something happen, and now it'll be a 4th down and 6. Bumpus on a crucial 4th and 6 if they even want to have a chance to come back in this ball game. Fairland's been down a lot before. Let's see if it affects them here. Caught by Black for the first down. That's his second catch of the ball game. Like we said, if there was ever a key to this Fairland offense getting down the field, it's getting Connor Black involved.
Yeah, that was our main man for Fairland coming into this game. One of their playmakers right there.
Here comes Bertram in the squad in the hurry up. Bertram is going to hand it right at the middle to Bumpus. And he'll be stuffed maybe a yard on the carry right there. And so it'll be a second down and 9 for the Fairland Dragons. Here is Bertram. Bertram, the ball batted right there, but a nice catch right there by Wyatt Calico. Off of a deflected pass, the center makes something out of nothing for about a 3-yard gain. That was very interesting right there, Landon.
Yeah, I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. No, I usually only see those in the NFL right there.
As Bertram and the boys get set and ready to go. The sophomore quarterback drops back. Is going to chuck it deep for Black. And Black almost had it. Rylan Smith on the coverage. That ball just a little bit overthrown there by Bertram. The sophomore quarterback had Black in that same area on a little bit of a missed chance right there. And once again, it's going to be 4th down. A crucial 4th down. Back, looking around, and guess what? He didn't know that Caden Turner was behind him. As he lays down the boom on the sophomore quarterback. It was a strip sack right there, but it fumbles out of bounds. A loss of yards along with that, and now this ever-loving Cole Grove run game comes back out, Landon.
Yeah, you know, there a bunch of dogs on that run game, honestly, you know.
And here's Caden Murphy to the right side. Murphy breaks through. Murphy breaks free, and he will be brought down at around the 40. Can't stop, won't stop. It's Caden Murphy, the Flash. Caden Murphy just running all over this this Fairland defense. Caden Murphy making this defense overthink. Here's Smith now. He'll hand it right up the middle to Turner. Gets about a solid 3 to 4 yard gain. Here on senior night, this Coal Grove Hornets team making an absolute statement. 22-0 with about 7 minutes left here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, they're playing amazing right now. This is a good smash mouth football team, and this is what we like to see.
As Caden Murphy showing what smash mouth football is. Murphy's off to the races and flash into the end zone for the touchdown. Fire the cannon. 28-0. The Hornets lead it. Caden Murphy is amped up, trying to make it 30-0 as the offense is staying out there. They're going to try and put it in for 2. Smith in the backfield along with Murphy. Smith will roll to the left. Smith is going to take it in himself, and he is in. 2-point conversion for the Hornets. A job well done right there. Straight dominance on senior night. It is 30-0. Wow. This Coal Grove Hornets team dominating the Fairland Dragons. As we would like to thank our sponsors. Dave's Gutter Done, Brace Yourself Orthodontics, the Scioto River, and the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors very, very much. And of course, follow all of our social media platforms at RCSM740, X/Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. At RCSM740. Here we go with about 6 minutes left here in quarter number 3. Let's see what happens here. As now sending it back will be Kenyon Smith. He'll be brought down at around the 30. As it is now a running clock with Fairland being down 30-0. Let's see what Bertram and the boys can do. Bertram will hand it up to middle. This time it's to Davin Murray. Murray gets it for about an 8-yard gain. Excuse me, about a 7-yard gain. 6 or 7 yards, give or take. As this time it'll go right over to Davin Murray. Murray trying to break free. He'll be down at around the 45. Very nice job there by Davin Murray. And you got to shout out that Fairland cheer block. They are still standing even though they're being down 30-0 in the pink out. It's a running clock right now, but they're still standing. As here it is, Bertram once again, up the middle, about a 2-yard gain. Colgrove trying to do well against this Fairland defense in the hurry up. As this one's going to be a read option, triple option, excuse me. Davin Murray to the outside, and he is bull rushed by Caden Murphy and Caden Turner. Talk about reading it like a book. Murphy passes the option to the outside. As it'll now be a 3rd down and 13 for the Fairland Dragons. From the 49-yard line. Here is Bertram set in the 2 backfields. Murray moves to the right side. Here is Bertram dropping back. Bertram has no one open. He's going to find Black, but he drops it. The senior receiver, the #1 option on a little bit of a cutback pass. Incomplete. Black just dropped it right in his chest.
Yeah, you won't see Black drop a lot of those, in all honesty.
As Bertram will go for 2 along with this squad. Bertram trying to figure out what to run here. This young sophomore quarterback still learning. Bertram in the offense getting set. He takes the snap, drops back. And he will find a man over the middle. And he is laid up by Caden Murphy.
Wow.
Maddox Vaughnville with the catch, but Caden Murphy with a "you got barbecue back there" type of hit.
Caden Murphy, you got barbecue back there?
We'd like to thank all of our sponsors here at River City Sports Media. Dave's Gutter Done. Brace Yourself Orthodontics. The Scioto River. And, of course, the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors. As Smith will give it over up the middle to Murphy, and he'll be brought down at around the 40-yard line after about a 2.5-yard gain. As this Colgrove offense, is just going to let more time run off the clock. As we got about 1:40 left here in quarter number 3. What a statement the Hornets have made tonight, Landon.
Yeah, I would totally agree with you. They're absolutely running down Fairland's jaws right now, to be honest.
As here comes Smith, as he will hand it right off to Caden Murphy, and Murphy is stunned in the backfield this time. Now here comes Smith back to the line. He'll hand it to the left side, off to Murphy. Murphy trying to find a hole. He's got enough for the first down, but he's still going. He's still going. It took 4 Fairland Dragon defenders to take him down. Very impressive. Very nice job there by Caden Murphy, as they have officially confirmed that it's a first down. Clock still running. About 20 seconds left. They might not even run a play here before the end of this quarter. And it looks like they'll do exactly that. At the end of quarter number 3, The Coal Grove Hornets 30. The Fairland Dragons 0. Landon, talk about this third quarter and how they just keep adding on to the lead.
Honestly, there wasn't much in that third quarter except for the Caden Murphy touchdown. They're just running the ball hard, running it good, getting the needed stops on the defensive end, laying big hits on the secondary and they're putting big hits on the wide receivers of Fairland. I mean, this game is more than likely over, and Coal Grove is just going to try to run the ball out here and send us home.
With about 12 minutes home, do you think they can hold the ball the entire quarter?
I'd like to see it.
You think they can?
Yeah.
As the Hornets get back to possession here in the football game. That one right up the middle, and he is stuffed right there. No chance for the Hornets to get anything going on offense right there. As the Hornets are most definitely taking their time right here. They've been running the ball pretty much every time. I think they've ran technically one pass attempt, and it was a screen pass to Caden Murphy. They've only passed the ball one time tonight, Landon.
Yeah, they're very run heavy, but it works.
Now here is Smith on the quarterback keeper. He will get about a yard or two. And it's an early third down for the Hornets. About 10 minutes left here in the ball game. Coal Grove 10 minutes away from clinching the OVC title. What a game they have played today. As time just keeps winding off this clock, Landon, this has just been a dominant day for the Hornets.
Yeah.
Here's Smith. He's ready to take the snap. Tosses it to the outside. Murphy makes a man miss. Excuse me, that is not Murphy. That is going to be Case Webb right there. They're getting a lot of people involved that usually aren't in the game plan, Landon.
Yeah. I would have to. I would have to totally agree with you, Malachi. They're getting a lot of people in the game plan that's not really involved. And, they're just letting the seniors run this out.
This run game is so grueling. And it's 4th and 5, and they're going to run the ball right here. This is crazy. Looks like they're going to try and bait them. Looks like it's going to be a timeout called by Coach Lucas and this Coal Grove Hornets offense. We'd like to thank our sponsors once again. And Dave's Gutter Done, Brace Yourself Orthodontics, the Scioto River, and the UPS store. We'd like to thank all of our sponsors very, very much. And as both teams take a break, we will as well. You are watching Ohio High School football here on River City Sports Media. River City Sports Media welcomes you back here to LeMaster Stadium, home of the Coal Grove Hornets, and the home of tonight's OVC clinching championship game for this Coal Grove team. As Murphy on the toss, he will just barely have enough for the first down, it looks like. I don't know, it's going to be a close one. But it looks like the Dragons have stopped him on fourth down. Potentially. It's very close. They might have to move out the chain gang here. And it looks like it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Fairland Dragons will take over. They get their first stop of the night. As now it looks like a lot of confusion is going on between the skill position players, as none of them are on the field for the Fairland Dragons. What in the world is going on? It looks like a timeout is going to be taken by the Dragons. They were not prepared as the play clock went all the way down to 10. You cannot do that if you're a young team right there. Landon, what do you think that confusion's all about?
They probably didn't know that it was their ball. And, you know, they just got confused there, let the clock run down.
Interesting. As both teams huddled up and ready to go, this Coal Grove defense pitching a shutout tonight, Landon.
Yeah, you know, the Fairland faithful is not going to be happy about this game. You know, Fairland just came out here, they looked down, couldn't really get anything going on offensive front, and, you know, they're struggling on their defense. But, you know, Coal Grove's a good team, so.
I very much agree. Not exactly anything to frown your face about. If you are the Fairland Dragons, it's a young year for the Dragons. They are 3-5. Coal Grove is 6-2, but the student section for Fairland is still lit.
Yeah, you know, gotta keep the boys up and hyped.
As here comes Bertram. But it looks like this time on the handoff, that Fairland Dragon offensive man is brought down in the backfield right there. Here's Kenyon Smith in the backfield this time at the quarterback position. And oh my goodness, Cyrus Cummings brought down in the backfield right there. He had no chance from the start of that carry.
Yeah, I'd have to totally agree with you. Coal Grove absolutely blew that play up. They stopped him behind the line there.
And now you're facing a 3rd down and 12. This has just been a rough go for quarterbacks, both Owen Bertram and Kenyon Smith. They just not have had anything to go with themselves offensively. Here's Smith in the backfield, known for his athleticism as well at all positions of the field, as he is going to roll out to his right, try and evade a Coal Grove defender. He's not going to have enough time, and he will be brought down at around the 45. It'll now be another 4th down and long for the Fairland Dragons here, Landon. This has just been a struggle offensively. Coal Grove's defense has just been plain out dominant.
Coal Grove's defense, I'm very impressed by them. I'm very impressed.
They've only been allowing 17 points per game on the defensive side of the ball, which is better than last year. Last year they allowed 20 points. So 3-point improvement. That's pretty good. As here is Smith once again, trying to buy himself time. Rolls out, down he goes at around the 30. Another sack from this Coal Grove defense. The pressure just continues to pour onto this young offensive line. As now it'll be the Colgrove Hornets taking over on possessions as the clock keeps on winding down. We got about 5 minutes left in this ball game. What's the score?
And
Okay.
the score at Chesapeake versus the Rock Hill is 6-7 right now in favor of Rock Hill. Very surprising. Chesapeake has not won a single game this year.
Something must be going on over there in Pedro, Ohio,
Exactly,
man.
and the same thing at Eastern. You know, that game's very close. So I'm going to go get a score check on that. Last time we checked, that was only a 4-point game, and we had Eastern last week, and they killed Notre Dame.
Yeah, which is very interesting because South Gallia lost to Notre Dame, but Notre Dame got killed by Eastern. A lot of weird stuff going on in the SOC right now. As it looks like Coach Jay Lucas took another timeout to talk to his team for a little bit longer.
And we got a score from halftime. Notre Dame cutting the lead down. It is now 41-34 at half.
At halftime?
Yeah, at halftime. Sims Valley is still up, though. At halftime, Valley Indians pulling it off the upset versus Grandview Heights. They're up 24-0.
That is huge for playoff hopes. I know that Grandview Heights is without their quarterback and their running back, but that is huge. If the Valley Indians can just stay alive and keep on winning, they have a chance to sneak into the Region 19.
In the third quarter, 27-27.
As here come the Hornets coming out. It'll be a handoff to the outside. As it looks like the Hornets have put in their JV squad to run out this clock. In at quarterback, Colin Spears. Very interesting move. I did not think Colgrove was going to take their people out of the game.
You know, I figured they would, especially with the lead. You can't risk any injuries, especially down the playoff push.
Yeah, quarterback Truett Fields, a freshman wearing number 12 this season, will most likely take Ryland Smith's place once he leaves this year as a senior. But they're still doing that good old-fashioned wing tee, and the ball is loose. Fields fumbles the football. It'll go back in the Dragons' possession. Well, a short-lived possession right there for the freshman quarterback.
We have an upset alert in the SOC 1. South Gallia takes the lead over the Eastern Beaver Eagles, 30-27 in the third quarter.
Wow. What a job well done so far by the South Gallia Rebels.
You know what that means? If Eastern loses this week and Notre Dame wins, there is a split for the SOC 1.
I think Eastern plays East, though, next week.
Yeah, but Notre Dame plays, I don't think they play anyone good either.
So it would be a tie.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Eastern must have not brought their A game tonight.
But, you know, anything can happen. It's only the third quarter.
Very interesting. Knowing Eastern, they always find a way. They always find a way.
Notre Dame plays the East next week.
Who does Eastern play? Do you know?
I will get a look at that right now.
Now Smith will hand off that football right up the middle. This time it'll go back over. This time to Cummings.
The Eastern Eagles play the Green Bobcats at the Franklin Furnace. If you can't stand the heat, get out of the furnace.
I think they'll be able to stand the heat.
I think Green will pick up their first win next week.
Okay, stop joking. All right, in all seriousness. With about 2 minutes left in this ball game, let's see what Kenyon Smith and the Dragons can do. In a 30-0 lead for the Hornets. It's going to be a designed quarterback run. Smith will run to the right side. Smith puts his helmet down, trying to make something happen, but he'll be brought down at around the 37. This has just been a rough game for the Dragons on all parts of the game. You get dropped 30 points on you, which is around the average points that people have dropped on you the entire season. But also along with that, you're just struggling to put points on the board. As Smith just taking his time. Around the 30, he's going to chuck it up, and that one is caught. As that is going to be Jaden Ball on the catch right there at around the 45-yard line. With about a minute left in this ball game, I would like to say, quote unquote, this thing is wraps. As the Coal Grove Hornets are going to be OVC champions.
Yep, you know what they say, the fat lady is singing.
Very much true.
Yeah, I love that saying.
Interesting analogy, Landon. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. I'm the analogy guy.
As here comes Smith rolling out to his left. He chucks it deep, Aaron Rodgers style, almost intercepted. You know, that Smith kid, he has an arm too, just like Burcham. You know, both of those guys, sophomores.
And this looks like this will be the last play of the game, Malachi.
Yeah, time is ticking down. The Coal Grove Hornets can feel it. They are going to be OVC champions. They might not even get a playoff. 13 seconds and counting. I don't think they're going to, looks like they're going to set one more play up. They thought the handshake line was about to be made, but here with 3 seconds left, they're not going to get the snap off. And that's going to be the game. But wait a second. Looks like they're playing on. Smith is going to chuck it, and that'll be caught by Wyatt Thomas. But they called the ball game. No touchdown for the Dragons, and your Coal Grove Hornets are the OVC champions for the first time in 8 years.
Wow. Coal Grove, way to put on a clinic tonight. Way to step out in front of the home fans on senior night, and congrats to Coal Grove.
Congrats to Coal Grove.
Malachi, have fun, finish this up. I'm going to go grab the interviews for us.
Yep. If you want to go check out the interviews that Landon Schultz will be executing, they will be on River City Sports Media's Instagram later tonight. What a win here for the Coal Grove Hornets. They are OVC champions for the first time in 8 years. As for the Dragons, they will now drop to 3-6 on the season. It was a rough one tonight for Fairland. They could barely get anything going on the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball. As the two-headed monster of Caden and Caden, also known as Caden Murphy and Caden Turner, produce all the touchdowns in this ball game. Your final score, 30-0 in advantage of the Coal Grove Hornets. They are OVC champions for the first time in 8 years, as they will be bringing back a conference championship to Dawson Bryant High School next week, as they will now play their alma mater / fight song. Handshakes have been exchanged. Interviews will be done. What a win for the Hornets here tonight. And for Malachi Roselle and our whole entire crew, and Landon Lancaster, our cameraman, this is River City Sports Media and myself signing out. You've been watching Ohio High School football here on River City Sports Media. Good night, everybody.